Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our channel, and in today's video we're venturing into the exciting world of web design. If you've ever wondered how to create websites that look great on every device, you're in for a real treat. In this video we're diving headfirst into the art of responsive web design. Web design is essentially the key to ensuring that your websites are not just visually appealing but also perfectly functionable on both desktop and mobile. Whether you're a designer, developer, or just someone interested in creating user-friendly websites, this video is your guide to best practices. We'll explore the principles of responsive web design, share some essential tips and techniques, and demonstrate how to make your web projects adapt seamlessly to various screen sizes. So if you're ready to master the art of responsive web design and take your websites to the next level, keep watching. There's different methods of website development, and it's worth paying attention to those methods and what kind of website development you are getting for your business website. So web development is the process of constructing a website and ensures the infrastructure of a website is stable, secure, and functional. A lack of strong website development puts websites at risk of not functioning properly, losing traffic, decreased sales, and possible security concerns. It is also worth noting that the consumer purchase decisions are increasingly determined by the user experience on websites. Web development ensures that the purchasing process is smooth for e-commerce websites and everything is functioning efficiently, almost behind the scenes. There are many methods for constructing a website. They can be built manually with in-depth handwritten code or with free and user-friendly website development platforms like WordPress. Pre-built website development platforms like WordPress are known as WYSIWYG editors, what you see is what you get, where you basically just have to drag website elements into place. Building a website from scratch is a lot more difficult and requires more expertise, but even then, with pre-built website templates, it still takes some time, patient knowledge, and still a lot of effort as well. No matter what way you decide to build your website, or no matter what way your website gets built for you, you need to ensure that it's following the web standards that are put forward by the World Wide Web Consortium, or the W3C, to ensure not only that your user gets the best experience possible, but that your website remains functional, stable, and secure at all times. So when it comes to web development, a web developer is someone who essentially is the architect of your website. They will construct and manage the website, ensuring that it has a strong core infrastructure. Web developers are highly skilled in creating websites through a variety of platforms and programs. Their main aim is to ensure that website functions properly and are secure. Some other tasks and roles that a web developer will do is ensure that website navigation is smooth, fix any hosting issues that users can come across, create URLs, optimize the SEO practices on the website, increase performance, increase capacity, ensure security and functionality. Websites should be functional as well as aesthetically pleasing, and they should be able to build a strong and engaging website as well. It can be a complex process, but a poorly developed website that don't follow the industry standards will frustrate your visitors and may even affect your brand's reputation and potential sales. A skilled web developer will understand and know of all the web standards that are in place and will be able to create a high-performing website that best suits your business and industry needs. So what are web standards? Web standards are essentially rules and guidelines established by the World Wide Web Consortium, or the W3C, and it's developed to promote consistency in the design code which makes up a web page. Basically, if the guideline for the markup language defines how a web page displayed in a visitor's window, there are lots of web standards out there. Things like cross-browser compatibility, so making sure that your web page works across as many devices as possible and as many browsers as possible. Then there's accessibility, so meaning that your websites are usable by as many different kinds of people as possible. And these are related concepts such as diversity and inclusion, inclusive design, things like that. This includes people with any kind of visual impairments, hearing impairments, cognitive disabilities, or physical disabilities. It also goes beyond people with disabilities. It's about how young or old people or people from different cultures, people using mobile devices, or people with unreliable or slow internet connections all fall under the umbrella of accessibility, and you need to make sure that your website follows as much of the accessibility rules as much as possible. There's also many more to think about. In this video, we'll talk about the what we consider the three most important ones, which involves responsive web design, performance, and security as well. So responsive web design is the practice of making your website functionality and layout flexible so that they can automatically adapt to different browsers. An obvious example is a website that is laid out one way in widescreen browser on the desktop, but displays as a more compact single column layout on mobile. So for example, we have this desktop layout here. But on mobile, obviously, while the content is still the same, the layout is slightly different, everything kind of stacks. And this just ensures that the user can still see all the information clearly. Nothing's too tightly packed in, nothing's too squished, nothing's missing, and just making sure that the user journey on mobile is just as optimized as it is on desktop. Responsive web design makes websites faster, more accessible, and easier to navigate, and it makes it easier for users to then find the information that they're looking for, and then encourages them to stay on your site for longer. What we've noticed a lot with our websites and client websites is that people more and more are coming onto website using their mobile phones. So if a site isn't loading fast enough, or if it's untidy and unclear on mobile, it's very much likely that they will click off and go to another site, and this will affect something called your bounce rate. So your bounce rate is essentially the percentage of visitors to a particular website who navigate away from the site after only viewing one page. So if you have this particularly high bounce rate, then you know that the page that the user are currently landing on, usually it's the home page, but it could be any other page, it's either not well designed, it's not accessible on mobile, or it's too slow to load, and it's something that you need to improve on. So websites with a particularly high bounce rate will rank lower on search engines, because it lets Google know that this website isn't either useful to the user or it's not easy to navigate. So you want to make sure with responsive web design that you have that there on your site, and that your site is easy to navigate on not just desktop but also mobile and tablet as well. In terms of testing your site for responsive web design, what you can do is, for free, you can just right click on your website and click on inspect, and use the inspect tool to view your site on different devices. So if you look at the top here, you can choose some popular designs, you can choose some popular devices, and then just see how that looks on those devices. And then you can also set your own dimensions as well. This isn't fully accurate, but it will give you an overall idea, and any kind of really bad problem spots you can kind of fix once they've been pointed out to you as well. BrowserStack is another tool that you can use, and it essentially is a web and mobile testing platform that provides developers with the ability to test their websites and mobile applications across thousands of different browsers, different operating systems, different mobile devices as well. So it's a much more accurate way of testing your web application, web project across different browsers and things like that. Unlike the Inspect Element tool, BrowserStack isn't free. You can get started for free. They do have a free trial, and they do have a demo as well. Other than that, then you will need to go for one of their payment plans to start using their software, but it is a really good software to use if you want to really thoroughly test your application on different browsers and different platforms as well. You can also test from anywhere and at any time on the cloud, and it allows your team to kind of connect tools that they already use to kind of capture bugs, file any issues, and notify the right team members right away without leaving any of their dashboards. So you can go for as little as $29 a month, but there is an enterprise and team plan as well that you will need to get in contact. But it is a really accurate way, and a lot of developers would use this to make sure that their website is responsive, and also make sure that then it's following the web standards put out by W3C to make sure that your website is responsive on different platforms and different websites as well. So another really important web standard to think about is performance. So performance means getting your website to load as quickly as possible, but also making them intuitive and easy to use so that users don't get frustrated and go somewhere else for their website. When it comes to your website, testing your performance as much as possible is important, as websites are changing constantly. If you are making changes on your website, adding new plugins, adding new content, the performance can be affected. Whether that's resulting in a good performance speed or a lower performance speed is something that you need to continuously be testing for. In terms of performance testing tools, there's loads of free ones out there. One of the best ones out there is GTmetrix. So GTmetrix is a website performance analytics tool. And it's basically, what it does is it will analyze your website and your web page and monitor it for speed, and will also essentially provide you a report of a list of actionable recommendations that you can do to improve the speed of your site. So all you need to do is go onto gtmetrix.com, enter the URL that you want to analyze, and then it'll start analyzing your site. So you can see now that the report's been analysed, and you're basically given a grade, and you're given a performance percentage as well. And at the bottom you can see a list of issues that GTmetrix will put in order of importance. So what's causing the most issues, and then what's causing sort of a low amount of issues as well. And you would essentially use this as almost like a task list, and you'd go through and see which issues are causing the most issues and try and fix those as well. GTmetrix is really thorough in that it will give you exact in-depth examples of what's actually causing the issue. So for example, this one here, avoid enormous network payloads, and what that means is basically asking you to reduce your page size. So there are some features on your website some elements on your website that is contributing to a large page size. And what it does is it tells you exactly what those elements are. Some of them are videos, some of them are image files, things like that. A lot of the times it is image files. So there are different plugins that you can use to make sure that your website is optimized for page speeds and things like that. One of the plugins out there is a plugin called Smush, which is an image optimizer plugin. And the way it works is it's a free plugin that you can install into your WordPress website. And what it'll do is it will bulk optimize all the images on your site and compress them in a way that it won't lose quality, but it will reduce the file size. And that way it'll help reduce what they call network payloads, and essentially give you a smaller file, but won't reduce the quality. So it's a plugin that you can use on your WordPress website. But the best way to ensure that the image that you're using isn't going to be too big or is optimized is to optimize it first before you upload it, and then upload it onto your site. So using websites like TinyPNG, this is a free online image compressor, and essentially uses smart lossy compression to reduce your file size. But it won't sort of decrease the quality. So you can upload all your images onto here first, and then upload it onto your website, and this will ensure that you're already uploading already optimized images, as opposed to uploading them first, causing a high load time, and then optimizing after. It's better just to make sure that they're optimized first and then uploading onto your website. As mentioned before, it's really important that you are continuously testing your website performance. When you first run a test, you'll be given a list of improvements and recommendations, and what you should do is go through each of these one by one and try and fix as many of the issues as possible, whether that's compressing images, adding CDNs, using caching plugins. All of this will mean that you will have essentially a faster website. But then once you're done with that, run the report again, see if those issues are actually fixed. And then every so often, maybe once a month, run the report again as plugins update. As you add changes to your site, there will be new issues, there will always be new fixes, and there will always be load times to decrease as well. So it's really important when you audit a site, or when you think about performance, you want to make sure it's something that you're continuously working on. If you like, we have videos explaining exactly how to use GTmetrix and other performance testing tools as well, and also how to audit your network or your website appropriately. Lastly, the other web standard that you want to be thinking about is security. So security refers to constructing your website in a secure way so that malicious users can't steal information contained on it from you or your users. When you are building a website, depending on what kind of website you're building, you might be handling sensitive information like passwords, credit card, debit card information, even email signups. All of those can be considered sensitive information, and as a website owner and as someone that can be collecting those information, you have a responsibility to ensure that they are being collected in a secure way and are being stored in a secure way and aren't being shared like pointlessly. So there's lots of steps that you can take to make sure that your website is secure. If you're running a WordPress website, several things that you can do involves even installing a WordPress security plugin. A WordPress security plugin protects your website from malware, brute force attacks, hacking attempts, and things like that. Security plugins are designed to prevent attacks and provide complete security reports for your WordPress website. And one of the popular security plugins for WordPress is Sucuri. So Sucuri is the industry leader in WordPress security. It's one of the best WordPress security plugins on the market, and they offer a basic free plugin that can help you harden your WordPress security and scan your website for common threats. But the real value is actually in their paid plans, which come with one of the best WordPress firewalls protections out there. A firewall will help you block brute force attacks and malicious attacks from accessing your WordPress dashboard. Security Firewall filters, the way it works is that it filters out bad traffic even before it reaches your server. So they also serve static content from their own CDN servers. Apart from security, their DNS level firewall with CDN gives you tremendous performance boost and speeds up your website as well. And most of that is included in one of their paid plans, but you can get a lot for their free plans as well. And most importantly, they also offer to clean up your WordPress site even if it gets attacked by malware at no additional cost. You can even take a website already affected by malware and they will clean it up for you. Sucuri is a really popular WordPress security plugin, and it's one that's used on quite a lot of websites as well. Another really popular one is iTheme Security. So iTheme Security is a WordPress security plugin, and it offers a really nice, clean sort of user interface with lots of options. It comes with file integrity checks, security hardening, limiting login attempts, strong password enforcement, 404 detections, and brute force protection as well. The only difference between that and Sucuri is that it does not include a website firewall. It also doesn't include its own malware scanner, and it uses Sucuri's SiteCheck malware scanner as well. WP Scan is a really unique WordPress security plugin because it uses its own manually curated WordPress vulnerability database, and it's updated daily by dedicated WordPress security specialists and community members as well. They will scan your site for over 21,000 vulnerabilities in WordPress plugins, themes, and core software as well. You can schedule automated daily scans and get email notifications of the results. They have a free security API suitable for most websites, but you can also upgrade to the paid plan if you have a larger site and use a lot of plugins. As well as the security plugins, you also want to make sure that the hosting provider that you choose is also reliable and secure enough as well, because a lot of attacks that can come from a weak hosting provider and server as well. For WordPress especially, one of the best hosting providers, especially for security, is WP Engine. WP Engine is VIP WordPress hosting. They offer hassle-free hosting. They also offer fast and robust servers that can handle anything. And your website being stored here is practically hacker-proof. They have really good customer service, and they basically, because they are a WordPress hosting provider, it's you essentially have a team of WordPress experts on your side for assistance. One of their main strengths, though, is that they have very advanced security tools to make sure that your website is protected as much as possible. WP Engine offer a number of premium security features. The WordPress core is automatically updated to the latest version for you all the time. And WP Engine also thoroughly test any major core updates before upgrading their customers. They have proprietary intrusion detection and prevention system to block any DDoS attacks, brute force attacks, malware, JavaScript injections, and things like that. They also partner with third-party security firms to conduct regular code interviews and security audits as well. Your security is guaranteed, so if you get hacked, WP Engine will fix it for free. So how does it impact SEO? Mobile responsiveness is important for SEO because search engines like Google prioritize mobile-friendly websites in their search engine results. This means that websites that are not mobile responsive may not rank as high in search engines, which can impact their visibility and traffic. Google has placed an increasing emphasis on mobile responsiveness in recent years with the introduction of mobile-first indexing. And this means that Google now primarily use the mobile version of a website for indexing and ranking rather than the desktop version. Mobile-first indexing is a major shift in how Google indexes and ranks website. So in the past, Google primarily used the desktop version of a website for indexing and ranking, even if a significant portion of its users access the site from mobile devices. However, with the increasing use of mobile devices for internet browsing, it now prioritizes the mobile website first for indexing and ranking. This means that if a website has separate desktop and mobile versions, the mobile version will be used by Google for indexing and ranking purposes. If a website doesn't have a mobile version, Google will site crawl and index its desktop version, but it may not rank as highly as mobile search results. Mobile first indexing isn't really a penalty, it's not a ranking factor, but it's rather a change in the way Google process and evaluates your websites. Websites that have a mobile responsive design, which means that they can adjust their layout and content to suit different screen sizes, will have a better chance of ranking well in mobile search results. So to ensure that your website is ready for mobile first indexing, it's essential to have a responsive design and ensure that the mobile version of your site has the same content as the desktop version. You should also ensure that the mobile site has a fast loading time, easy to use navigation, and a good user experience overall. Mobile first indexing is a shift in how Google indexes and ranks websites that prioritize mobile versions of websites over desktop versions. So you want to make sure that you have your website as a mobile responsive one to provide a good user experience on mobile devices, as it's crucial for improving your search engine rankings and overall visibility. Having a mobile responsive website not only improves your chances of ranking higher, but it also improves your user engagement and conversion rates. A mobile responsive website provides a better user experience for visitors on mobile devices, which can lead to increased engagement, longer visits, and a likelihood of conversion. So you need to make sure that your website is responsive for search engines and users as well. Mobile responsiveness impacts users on a website in several ways. One of the ways is improved readability. So a mobile responsive website ensures that the text is readable on smaller screens with appropriately sized fonts and spacing. This makes it easier for users to read and understand the content, which improves their experience on the website. It also impacts the navigation. So a mobile responsive website provides a user-friendly navigation system that is optimized for mobile devices. This includes easy-to-use menus, buttons, and links that are spaced out and easy to tap on a touchscreen. A good navigation system makes it easier for users to find what they're looking for and navigate through the site, improving their overall user experience. Next up is faster load times. So mobile responsive websites often involves optimizing images and other media for smaller screens, and this can result in faster load times. This is crucial because mobile users are often on the go and expect a website to load quickly, and a website that loads quickly improves the user experience and reduces bounce rates as well. And it also allows for consistency across devices. So a mobile responsive website ensures that the user experience is consistent across different devices, whether it's a smartphone, tablet, or a desktop computer. This makes it easier for users to access and interact with the website no matter what device they are using. Overall, a mobile responsive website provides a better user experience, which can lead to increased engagement, longer visits, and a high likelihood of conversion. When users have a positive experience on a website, they are more likely to return and recommend the site to others, which can help increase traffic and improve the website's overall performance. So there are lots of tools out there that can help make your site mobile friendly. One of the tools is Responsive Design Checker. So this is a free online tool that allows you to test your website responsiveness on different screen sizes. All you need to do is enter the website URL here and select from a range of popular devices to see how your site looks and functions on each design. So you just type in the name and you just click on go. It's very simple and easy to use and doesn't require any kind of coding skills or technical knowledge. With Responsive Design Checker, you can see how your website looks on different devices and different screen sizes, like smartphones, tablets, laptops, desktop computers, different Amazon devices, Samsung devices, as well as different resolutions and different screen sizes as well. It also provides an option to view your website in just different modes, like landscape modes and portrait mode. And this can help you identify issues relating to layout, space, and alignment, and this can affect the user experience on different devices as well. In addition to testing your website responsiveness, Responsive Design Checker also provides suggestions for improvements and best practices for mobile-friendly design. For example, it may suggest optimizing images, reducing file sizes, using larger buttons, whatever it may be. Overall, Responsive Design Checker is a useful tool for anyone who wants to test and improve the mobile responsiveness of their website, but it's important to note that the tool is not suitable for real-world testing on actual devices. It's always a good idea to test your website on a range of devices and screen sizes to ensure the best possible user experience for all your visitors. Another tool that can help you test the mobile responsiveness of your website is BrowserStack. So it's a cloud-based platform that allows you to test your website on real mobile devices and browsers, including iOS and Android devices, as well as popular desktop browsers. With BrowserStack, you can test your website responsiveness and functionality on different screen sizes, resolutions, and different orientations as well. It also provides debugging tools that can help you identify and fix related issues to mobile responsiveness. It's used by many web developers and designers to ensure that their websites are mobile friendly and work seamlessly across different devices and browsers. It's a really powerful tool that can help you improve the overall quality and your user experience of your website. However, BrowserStack is a paid tool and its pricing plans can be quite expensive, especially for small businesses or individuals. There are free and more affordable alternatives out there, like the one I mentioned earlier, but if you have a larger budget and want more advanced testing features, BrowserStack might be a better choice for you. So here are some tips on making a website mobile responsive. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that you use a responsive design framework. So responsive design frameworks such as Bootstrap or Foundation can make it easier to create a responsive website. And these frameworks provide a pre-built components and styles that can be customized for different screen sizes, making it easier to create a consistent and responsive design. You also want to make sure that you're using flexible layouts. So use flexible layouts that adapt to different screen sizes. That means using relative links like percentages or EMS for your layout rather than fixed pixel widths. This allows your website to scale up or down depending on the device's screen size. You also want to make sure that you optimize your images, as larger images can slow down your website and negatively impact the user experience on mobile devices. Optimize images by compressing them and reducing their file size without sacrificing quality. You can also use responsive images that adjust their size based on the user's screen size as well. Media queries allow you to specify different CSS styles for different screen sizes, and this allows you to adjust the layout and design of your website based on the user's screen size. Use media queries to change font sizes, spacing, and layout for smaller screens. And you want to keep it simple, so a cluttered or complex layout can make it harder for users to navigate your website on a small screen. Keep your design simple and focused with clear and concise content that is easy to read and navigate. And finally, test your website. Keep testing your website at every stage on different devices and screen sizes to ensure that it looks and functions correctly. Use tools like Google's mobile-friendly test, BrowserStack, responsive platform to test your website on different devices and identify issues that need to be addressed. By following all these tips, you can create a website that is responsive and provides a positive user experience on all devices as well. And that's a wrap on today's video on responsive website design. I hope you find this exploration informative and inspiring. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. Or if there's any topics you'd like us to cover, also let us know as well. We love hearing from you guys. Take care, and until next time, stay designing.